Hello folks, welcome back to the Urban Rider Studio where we have a host of different gloves from the company RACER, and I've certainly been impressed with them in the past. The same is true with these designs. We've actually got 7 designs from their winter collection. We've got different colors in there as well. Being winter gloves, obviously they have some common themes amongst them, insulation being one, waterproofing, they're all CE approved, but they've got a load of differences between them which hopefully allows them to be a bit more specific in their design and allows you to find a glove that better suits your needs on the bike. Let's dive in on my left with the FLEXY 2, and I'm going to go up in price in ascending order to keep it simple, but these come in at a very respectable £30. They use a soft shell outer, they have a leather palm, you've got some reinforcements in your knuckles, and on the inside you have fibre fill insulation and a Polymax waterproof membrane. I won't dwell too much on sizing, but I will say that across this range they are accurate. It's the large that we've got in all of these gloves. I'm a size 9 hand and they do fit comfortably, and that is consistent across all of these gloves. The other thing that's really nice is the quality of the liner. Sometimes you'll find with cheaper gloves, especially at this kind of price point, you might find as you pull your hand out, if it is wet, you sometimes pull out the liner. You don't get any of those issues with any of these gloves. The thing that I really like about the FLEXY 2 is the short cuff on it, but also the fact that you've got this ribbed material that tapers in around your wrist, making it a lot easier to fit under your sleeve. Very comfortable, very functional, and a really impressive price point for the FLEXY 2. Now when it comes to usage, you are going to have to think a little bit about what type of riding you're likely to be doing, what sort of temperatures you're out in. Those aren't the thickest winter gloves on the market, but what you lose with insulation, you gain with feel. So if you like a lighter feeling glove and more feel at the bars, then this is the sort of direction you might want to head in. You do get more insulation as you go up this table and as you go up in price point. Now, if this still isn't enough for you, I'll mention at this point that they also have heated gloves. So if you really want to take your hand comfort seriously and you know you're in really cold temperatures, then have a look at the RACER Kinetic 5 or the Heat 5, which we just recently got in. Moving on, and with a similar level of insulation to the FLEXY 2, we have the Bridge. This is obviously finished in this premium leather, so a different style, a little bit more classic looking maybe than the FLEXY 2, and it's available in 3 different colorways, either khaki, brown, or black. And at the time of making this video, they are £59. Again, using fibre fill insulation, again using a Polymax waterproof membrane. Full leather outer with these Lycra stretch panels across your knuckles. What you will notice though is they have no knuckle armour on these gloves, no palm armour either. And some people are really going to gravitate towards that because you have a little bit more dexterity and feel, nothing restrictive on the back of your hand or on your palm. Comfort therefore is maximised with a glove like this. Next up, and at the same price points, we have the RACER WILDRY, similar level of function to the FLEXY 2. Biggest difference, of course, is this beige accent to the back of the hand, giving it a little bit extra style. It is still made of soft shell. You will still find the same hard knuckle armour as you will find on the FLEXY 2. But on the inside, you have a hot melt Bemberg liner and DDS waterproof membrane. That difference in lining does allow them to feel a little bit lighter and thinner though, and therefore you can imagine gives you a bit more dexterity and feeling at the bars. They're also available in a ladies version. Next up at £69 we have the Resident 2 available in either brown or black, finished again in this premium cowhide leather, giving it that elegant classic look. Difference between these and the Bridge gloves though, if you are considering a leather glove, is that these have ErgoFlex knuckle armour. So you've got some knuckle protection on these where you don't on the Bridge, and it's also worth noting that the ErgoFlex knuckle armour is more flexible and you would assume more comfortable than the hard armour that you will find in either the WILDRY or the FLEXY 2. These really are quite lightweight though, so even over the Bridge, if that's your other option, these have slightly less insulation on them. You've still got a polar fleece liner, which is going to be comfortable against your skin, and an ErgoDry waterproof and breathable membrane, so still waterproof. But of the gloves that we've got on display here, these are probably the least insulated, and therefore if it really does get quite cold, you might want to look at another option. But if you want a waterproof classic leather glove with a lot of flexibility, definitely worth looking at. Next up, we have another textile glove. These are £89, and this is the RACER Gridder 2. It's the last of our short cuffs, so if you want a short cuff winter glove, a really good option to look at, not least because they also have the name Gore-Tex attached to them and a Primaloft liner on the inside. 2 names I take very seriously when it comes to hand comfort. They are well-respected names in the industry and for good reason. From the outside, you'll see that it has a soft shell outer and leather palm, solid reinforcements on your knuckles, soft reinforcements on your palm, and a very flexible Velcro strap for fastening. Noticeably though, you can feel we've gone up in thickness. You've still got good feel, you've still got good flexibility, but it is going to keep your hand warmer in colder climates. Next up, we have something quite a bit different actually to the other gloves that I've shown you, in that this is the SIBERY 2-in-1 motorcycle glove, and it comes with a glove insert for your warmth. So you can see that the thermal glove insert is attached to the outer glove so that you don't lose them or they become disconnected. Now if you want to, you can detach that and obviously take this out. That potentially extends the riding season you can comfortably wear these gloves in. When you get to the warmer climates, you could still wear the outer glove and obviously sideline the insert if you wanted to. I don't know that that would necessarily be my choice. I'd probably just leave them attached. But you can see once they're put together how comfortable an option this can be. You have this grippy section at your palm to keep it in place. Once you put the outer sleeve over it, and of course you just put your hand in like this. Now when it comes to sizing, as I say, across this range, they are accurately sized. The only one you might want to consider in terms of your usage is possibly this one. If you take out the insert and go with just the outer glove, you will find you have a little bit of extra room. It's not baggy, it's still comfortable, but just be aware of it. Now, one of the comments that I can see popping up down below immediately is how much does that pad out the glove and how much feel do you have at the bars? And I can say that it is still really comfortable with this outer sleeve over it. It's got plenty of room in there. It doesn't feel like you're fighting the glove at all. But of course, because you've got that internal glove and outer sleeve, you also have a pocket of air in the glove, which always helps when it comes to insulation and keeping your hand warm, most importantly. Then on the outside, it's business as usual. You have a goat skin leather palm for increased abrasion resistance. You have a mix between leather and ripstop fabric on the outside. You have a Velcro strap at your wrist. You have ErgoFlex soft knuckle armor. You have some soft protection at your palm. And then you've got this outer sleeve that extends over your jacket's sleeve and a toggle there so you can tighten that in and keep everything really secure. There is no way those cold or wet elements are going to get past this. And again, they use a DDS waterproof membrane. And lastly, if you want the thickest, warmest pair of gloves up here, we have the Dynamic 5. At the time of making this video, they are £119. Much like the Gridder 2, although this time with a longer cuff, you will find the names Gore-Tex and PrimaLoft attached to these. PrimaLoft insulation for that increased warmth, and the ever-reliable Gore-Tex waterproof and breathable membrane. It uses a mix of soft shell and leather for the outer. You have horse leather at your palm, loads of room, loads of flexibility on the inside. ErgoFlex knuckle armor, protection at your palm, protection to the outside of your wrist as well, and a visor wiper on your thumb. Similar level of thickness and warmth to the Gridder 2, but obviously with that longer cuff. Noticeably thicker and warmer than the other gloves on my left. But as I've mentioned several times, it really does depend on the type of riding that you're doing and what sort of glove suits you best. Please do let us know what you think of this range in the comments section. I will drop links to all of these gloves as well as the 2 heated gloves that I mentioned in the description if you want to check them out. And I will see you soon for more of the world's finest riding gear. Bye-bye.